Hey kiddos, it's RK again. We are doing a Marching Band is Awesome presents Let's Play Vanilla Minecraft. And we are getting going bright and early on episode 2 here. We have found us a pad to put our house out. I am going to clear out these flowers. Today we're going to talk about my 4 years of high school marching band. Had a pretty incredible journey. And we'll talk a little bit about chorus style and traditional high step or show style marching. And I'll also dedicate today to our trombone players. Gonna keep it in the brass section. And oh, come on, give me this flower. Ugh. So the actual clickable is in the middle of the column, the square it looks like. If the flower is in the corner, it's annoying. I don't know why there's so many flowers. Obnoxious. But anyway, so trombones. Today is a trombone day, and so our joke of the day for trombones. Let's jump right in. How do you get a trombone player to play slower? Put a page of music in front of him. But wait, there's more. How do you get him to stop completely? Put notes on that page. Ba-doo-cha. Alright, big apology to all trombone players who are offended by that joke. But, just so you know, at Marching Band is Awesome, we are equal opportunity offenders. We like to joke on every section. So if you've got a good joke, put it in the comments. And if it's good, we'll share it. So let's talk about high school marching band. So if you've been around Marching Band is Awesome long enough, you know that I am a veteran of marching band. I'm not actually a high school or a college student anymore. Sometimes I wish I were, but I am not. And I have aged out, and I am a legitimate, bona fide veteran of marching band. So I'm in my 30s. You can think of me as your older, wiser band director slash assistant band director slash virtual uncle or big brother or something like that. But I went to Georgia Southern University, marched there for 4 years. We'll talk about that in another episode. But long story short, I majored in music and studied music composition and theory, while all my friends actually were music educators, and so they're all band directors now, living the good life on the gridiron, the competition field and halftime field, doing awesome shows. And I am not really a part of any of that, not directly, but because I love marching band so much and I enjoyed my experience so much while I was there, I'm going to make a few tools in the meantime. Because I enjoyed it so much, I started Marching Band is Awesome back in 2014 so that I could kind of jump back in that world some. And so, although I'm not a band director or assistant band director, I am definitely a supporter of the marching arts, and I believe in everybody that's watching this video that is a lover of marching band and is also a performer in the bands. You guys have got my support. So anyways, I'm kind of collecting some saplings here just to have some trees in the future, wherever I may end up. And I'm going to head into my pseudo mine right here, grab some more stone, and I'm going to lay out a pretty simple stone house. Maybe it's a farmhouse, maybe it's a cottage, I don't know. But I'm going to lay it out with a stone. The bottom part of the walls will be stone, and the corners will be stone, and the rest will be wood. And it's going to be great. But anyways, let's talk about my high school marching band career. 4 years. Not unlike most other people who march for 4 years, except I have the great distinction that few people can say. I actually marched with 4 different marching bands, 4 different high schools. And during that time of my life, my family moved around a good bit, and that just happened to be when I was a teenager. And so we went to 4 different high schools in 3 states, and I got to experience a very good mix of different types of marching bands and different band directors, of course. And I have a pretty neat set of friends now, because, as you know, marching band is a big family, and 99 times out of 100, okay, you gotta not be clicking on a clickable when you're trying to eat. But anyways, you know that it's kind of a situation where you've got a big family, and we try to be very welcoming, and you know, I experienced that as a trumpet player, even with all my quirkiness and sometimes my bold egotism. Um, I was accepted into these bands like I had been there forever. So that was really cool. Anyway, so let's get started. Marching band number 1, my freshman year, was in Virginia. It was very large. We marched over 300 on the field. That's including everybody. Winds, percussion, and all of the auxiliaries like color guard and hit, who are also percussion. And I really don't remember much. That's what's so crazy. All I remember is that it was huge and it was easy to get lost in. And I did as a freshman, even though I was a fairly good trumpet player. Could have easily been a first trumpet. Yeah, I know they all say that. But I was fairly good. I'd been playing since 4th grade. So I was fairly decent. But so, in most situations where it's a fairly large band, unless you're just amazingly outstanding and have some sort of connections, which I did not have because I was new there, you start at the bottom and work your way up. And I imagine had I stayed there, probably the next year, definitely by my junior and senior years, I would have been up in the first trumpet section and probably a section leader. The reason I know that is because I was a section leader the rest of my marching band career. So we're going to fill in some of these gaps with wood here. Going to make walls, leave some spaces for windows. I'm just counting now just to make sure that I make it even. School number 2, my sophomore year, was actually in Florida. And I kind of jumped right in. Again, the same situation. Was welcomed with arms wide open. And I remember playing solo, actually, to a song called My Little Runaway. Shout out in the comments if you've ever heard or played the arrangement of My Little Runaway for marching bands. Solo was really fun, short but fun, and had a good time. Both my freshman year and my sophomore year were corps-style marching bands. Pretty rigid and straightforward, pretty fun. Definitely not traditional show style at all. We didn't high step or do much choreography as far as dancing goes. But that brings me to my junior year, which we did. Went to a school in Georgia and had a blast. It was actually a very, very entertaining and very intentional show style band. And we marched popular music and had a great time. So I'm running out of time on this episode. The sun's going down quickly. Grab some more sand. My windows. Actually, I don't think I've grabbed any yet. But anyway, so we'll get some sand going. But I had a great time. This was a high step show style band my junior year. Good times. We played stuff that you'd hear on the radio back in the 90s. Woo! Long time ago. Hip hop stuff. And during the drum feature, the whole band put their instruments down and we danced. Yep. It was awesome. And by my senior year, we moved to another school in Georgia, same state, but different town. And It was a little bit more of a core style again, and that's where I graduated from. Played some solos there, played first there, and really got ready for my college career, which would be the first time in a couple of years where I would actually stay in one place for longer than a year or so. And that was pretty awesome. So we're getting ready to shut it down here. I'm going to light up the house. But if you have been in more than one school, give me a shout out in the comments. If you have marched more than one style, give me a shout out in the comments. And yeah, I'd love to hear from you. You can say hello to us on our social media at Facebook and Instagram. Marching Band is Awesome. You can search and find us there. And you can find our mailing list and any other thing that you want to learn about us on marchingbandisawesome.com. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in episode 3.